LG OLEDs are basically on fire sale right now. From what I recall, the prices right now are basically what we saw last time around during Black Friday. So yeah, it's by far the lowest I've seen on 2024 OLEDs, and you might be asking the question, should you buy them now or wait for Black Friday, other sales, or possibly even newer OLEDs? Well, let's try and go ahead and answer that question by taking our monocle and inspecting first the 42-inch LG C4 OLED TV. Now, yes, we are talking about OLED TVs today, although, of course, as we just discussed in a previous video about the best monitor sizes, well, whether you're going to use this as a TV or a monitor, you could use anything from 24 to 100 plus inches, depending on how you want to view your content, and it will look great regardless. The C4 42-inch, in fact, is possibly one of the best monitors you can buy in 2024, and at $947 roughly right now, this is way below the starting price of $1,400, and I've got to recommend this one all day long at the current price, assuming it stays in stock. Now, if you're interested in purchasing any of the OLEDs I go over today, I will have affiliate links in the description below. This is not paid for by LG in any way, shape, or form, but I do make commission based off of purchases of any affiliate links, so keep that in mind. Now, the reason why I like the LG C4 this year is because unlike the C3 series and the C2 series, and God knows how many before it, it's actually a substantial improvement this time around, especially in terms of brightness. I found that the 42-inch LG C4 is significantly brighter than the C3, and I also had less issues with dimming overall, making this a really excellent TV and monitor. And in fact, again, it's one of my favorites this year. But now let's go ahead and move on to the 48-inch. This could also be an excellent monitor or TV, and at, wow, I didn't even see this, $917.23. That is wild. Another thing I forgot to mention is that the C4 is 144 Hertz this year, so yeah, you can do console gaming up to 120, but if you hook it up to a PC, you can get 144 Hertz, and yes, it is a substantial improvement in my opinion. And 48 inches, definitely I would and have used in the past as monitor, or if you're in a small room as a TV, it would work great. And at this price, I believe the launch price was somewhere around $1,500. You know, check me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it sounds about right. So going all the way down to just over $900 is an insane deal on this display. And again, I would highly recommend this, especially considering that LG's OS, in my opinion, is probably one of the least buggy ones out there. It's just going to be a really smooth experience. That's why I've always loved LG OLEDs. But moving on to the 55-inch, here we have a limited time deal. It looks like the list price was $2,000 roughly. Now it's down to just around $1,300 or a 35% off. Apparently this is a limited time deal. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm really tempted to buy like a 42 and an 83, but I've got to hold off because I'm moving and I can't buy anything right now. So it's just a tough situation. I really want to, but I can't. But now let's take a look at the 65-inch. This one is apparently 41% off. Now, this is also pretty wild. We're talking $1,597. I think for a 65-inch OLED, that is pretty fair. But now let's take a look at the 77-inch, 32% off, down from $3,700 all the way to $2,500 roughly. That's a pretty fair price, I'd say, for this TV. Definitely way better than the launch price. And then we have the 83-inch, which is apparently 28% off. And even though this is very, very expensive at $3,900, it's down from $5,400. And this is probably going to be one of the best 83-inch purchases you can possibly make today, because yes, there is the G4. The G4 will be brighter, and it's very tempting to go for when you're already dropping this much money on a TV. It's kind of like, hey, you know what? Why don't I go all the way? But all the way is a huge price increase. I think the G4 is still close to $6,000. Most other 83-inch OLEDs are also very, very expensive still. And LG bringing out their own C4 with how much it's been improved over last year, I would be very, very tempted personally, in fact I am, to pick this up for the area I'm moving into. But again, I can't make any decisions yet. I gotta wait till I'm actually in there, but this is definitely at the top of the list. Now, I wanted to bring you guys this video today because, again, these are essentially Black Friday prices. This is crazy. I don't think I ever recall LG having such aggressive pricing so far in advance of Black Friday. I don't know if these deals will come back or if this is going to be a limited time thing and they never come back. Who knows? Maybe they could get even cheaper. That would be pretty wild. I love to see that, but I'm not so sure that's going to be the case. These might be the lowest prices you see. Only time will tell, of course, but I kind of have a feeling that might be the case. Now, that being said, let's finally answer the question, should you buy now or should you wait? And I think the answer is, if you were to purchase one of these displays now, I don't think you would be regretting it. Again, I don't think that the prices are going to get lower, and even if they do, I think it's going to be by a pretty small margin. However, there is a chance that maybe other brands could get cheaper. That's something to keep in mind. So it might be worth waiting to see, for example, how Samsung OLEDs in the coming weeks, or possibly as we get closer to Black Friday. Also, we are getting close to new OLEDs. Now, I don't think we're going to be seeing tandem OLED or, any new super huge advancements in 2025. You will see significant improvements, but I think the really, really big improvements are going to come in 2026, if what I've heard is to be true. But we could be surprised. I will be at CES in 2025, and who knows, we were surprised this year, or sorry, not this year, last year with the G3, so maybe LG will come out with like some crazy tandem tech or something like that. But overall, here's what I would say. I don't think you'll be mad if you buy one now. However, it's never a bad idea to wait. I think you could go either way and you'll be happy either way, because either you'll get possibly the best deal now, or maybe another TV will be the best deal in a couple of weeks. But this time, roughly between now and Black Friday, I think you are going to see some limited time deals popping up, and you may want to consider pulling the trigger, as they might not even come back on Black Friday. Whether you're looking to connect a new console, gaming PC, or just need a fast and reliable HDMI cable to connect over long distances, Rupro has you covered with their certified 8K HDMI 2.1 fiber optic cable, available in sizes of up to 50 feet and can deliver a perfect full 48 gigabits per second connection over distances other cables could only dream of reaching. And with 48 gigabits per second of bandwidth, it can easily drive 8K 60 FPS or 4K 144 FPS 10-bit HDR video through its ultra-thin, flexible, and durable housing, and it even supports ER. So if you're in the market for a cable that can drive a beautiful new TV or monitor, be sure to check out Rupro on Amazon today.